My name is Elvedin. We are Mahmutovic family. We came from Bosnia, from city of Doboj, or original name Doboj. I was born there. My wife Saima.
Yeah, my name is Saima and I was born in Tešanj, that's from Bosnia and Herzegovina, and I was born on December 31st, 1977.
The community where I was born, that was ex-Yugoslavia, new Republic of Bosnia, new state. That's new community for last 15 years. Before that was communism, and we change, we move in this country for better life. In Bosnia, I had parents, I have brother. I moved in this country just year after that. They came here too. My parents and my wife.
And I do have a father. My mother passed away 4 years ago, and I have two brothers. I also have my sister. She's in St. Louis here, and that's kind of big family.
Describe your family over there. What did they do?
My family, my father, he was working in the industry. My mother, she did not work. She was home. We had small farm, like 70% of the people in Bosnia. So usually men's mostly work in industrial area, in schools, in many places like in this country same. And women stay home and they grow vegetables. They had small farms and they work at home.
Yeah, the same with my father. He's retired right now, and he was engineer in it's industry, like my husband say. And yeah, my mother was all the time with us home. In the beginning, she was working in a hospital like a nurse, and later on, it was four of us, me, my sister, and my two brothers, and then she take care of us. She stay home, and that's it.
Before I came here, just year before I came, year before the war, I did not have a job because I just finished school. I was looking for a job. I had younger brother. He went in high school that time. So I was mostly in home. I was playing guitar. I finished music school also, and only what I did is to playing in some bars and stuff like that. I left my country because I had to. In the situation of war in that time, I left that country. I choose to leave. Nobody did not force me like somebody said you must go in some other countries. But if you have war around you, you have dead people, you lose your family, your house is burned down, everything's whole life is broken. So you have no chance if you lose everything to live in that country. Only chance if you move somewhere and find better life, find a job, find a school for your children, find new home. That's a life what I need for my family. That was the main reason why I moved in this country. And we have some people who help us. Then we moved from Bosnia first in Croatia.
Then in Croatia was immigration over there and was American officer. We talked to them couple times, have appointment. They give all the paperwork to us. They was very nice, help us really. And we had our daughter also with us, and that was...
those people help us to leave from Bosnia to Croatia and from Croatia to United States.
Who did you leave with?
Only my daughter, my wife, so three of us.
Yes.
Who did you leave behind?
Over there in Bosnia, I left whole family. My parents, my brother, my home. We were forced before I came in United States to leave our home first from one city to another city, then from one country to another European country, then to come here. And my wife, she also left her family.
I left my family, I wasn't forced to move out of my town where I was, living before. And but just was hard, to left all the family. My mother, father, my two brothers, my uncles, aunties. A whole family was over there, yeah.
Yeah, and we left that home because political situation and because the war. That was really hard feeling We did not leave our home because we don't like our country. We just didn't like our government. We didn't like our political situation in ex-Yugoslavia and New Republic of Bosnia. And that was the main reason we had no future down there, and we moved in our new country, in our new home.
How old were you when you left?
I was about 25. My
19,
wife,
20.
she was about 20,
yeah.
something like that.
Were you in the service at all?
Yes, I was in the service. The whole, all people was in the service in the war. That everybody was drafted, you know. That was not question. So in that time, I was, time of the war, I was like 19. So that was no chance to say no. Everybody did something. Somebody was just firefighter. Somebody was just baker. Somebody was a soldier. Somebody was in a hospital, like a nurse, like helper, like so. Everybody had to do something more like volunteer to help to go through that war. So people that not had no like paycheck for that or stuff like that. Simply people help each other. In that time we had like 30-40% of the people in Bosnia, they were refugee inside of their own country. So they helped each other. That was only way how to go through the
Not me,
time.
I was at the school at that time. I just was finished 7th grade when the war starts, and finish high school, and whole war was my school. Yeah.
Your cities, how did you meet? How close were your cities?
I moved from my cities. We were forced to move from our cities. It was big war in our city, in my city. They forced us, they burned our villages around the city. It was Yugoslavian Communist Army, helped with some other bad guys, and they forced 80% from my city people to move, to just leave the city. It was city with about 150,000 people. And I moved from my city just like 30 miles south to the other city, and that's my wife's city.
That's the
She
city
was
where I was. Calling Teshan, yeah.
Yeah, she was born in that city, a little smaller city, but it was no big war in that city, just around. And after 2 or 3 years, I met my wife down there, and that's how it started.
Did you lose anybody in the war at all? Any family or friends?
Yeah, I lost many of them. Just from my village, it is a village about 4,000 people. We lost about 220 people. Mostly young people between 18 and 35. About 220 people just from my village. From my city, we lost about 3,500 people in a 3 years of war in that city. But my city was just city with not really biggest fights in the war. Some other city lost, smaller than my city, lost 10,000 people, 15,000 people. So
a lot of
for this city is not too bad what people threw in other cities.